This is my Honda Accord that I'm rebuilding in order to afford my dream car, a McLaren.
The McLaren 720S has always been a car that has caught my eye. The only problem is even the cheapest ones are extortionately expensive. So in order to work my way to one, I'm gonna rebuild 25 cars.
In the last episode, we finally got this frame piece in, cut, painted, and it looks good, and this should fit and hold the bumper. But now, we need to replace all of the drive and suspension components on the front end of the car.
Every part that is on the driveline or the suspension, excluding the transmission, is going to be removed from the car. The first thing to remove is going to be the fork from the lower control arm to the strut. Once we get this out of the way, we can remove the strut so we can access some more components.
There we go, see?
Next is removing the top bolts on the top of the wishbone, then removing the tie rod from the steering knuckle. Once that's out, we will then remove the two bolts that are holding in the control arm.
Pit stop.
And the axle nut.
Oh, did it come off?
With these out, it's just disconnecting the stabilizer linkage, adjusting the drive shaft, and removing the unit as a whole.
Let's go! This should be everything for the front end on both sides. I have to find out what's in every box first. This is everything for the front and the rear. We've got control arms, sway bar linkages, ball joints, shocks, struts, steering knuckles, brakes, you name it, it's here. We don't need all of this yet. We only need these, and only one of these, but I need to figure out which one it is. So let's pull out the old one, and we'll start getting the new parts in.
To remove the drive shaft from the driver's side of the transmission, there's a little bit of a pry point, and then it just slots out easily. We also have a replacement for the inner tie rod, so that's going to be removing the boot, the old piece, and getting the new one in. After tightening it down and cleaning the old boot, it goes back on, the clips go into place, and we can now focus on the other spots. First in is going to be the control arm and the upper wishbone. Then the steering knuckle slots in, and thank heavens that these ball joints are already pressed.
It's going way too smooth. Something bad's about to happen, I know it. And then
Now the drive shaft,
that slots right in, just like that. Holy cow.
and we're going to take that lower fork that we had previously, and this is the only component that we're not replacing. So we're going to use a wire brush to clean it off and make it look like brand new. With that clean, it slots around the drive shaft, and now we can get the strut in. Just snugging up all the bolts and making sure that everything is in place and connected before we actually torque it down. We won't be able to do this until the car is either on the ground or until we preload the suspension. The wheel speed sensor goes in, a new brake rotor, making sure to clean it from any potential contaminants, brake caliper mount bracket, the brake pads, the return springs, the caliper slots into place itself, and now with that, the front driver's side suspension driveline is complete. Now, for the passenger side.
Yeah, I should have enough room. It's gonna be tight. But let's go to the other side. Woo! No bueno!
With this, we have the jack supporting the vehicle's weight on the suspension components so we can properly torque them down. If you could see, as the jack is going up, it compressed the components. This is known as preloading the suspension.
If this works, I think this deserves a subscribe. Give me the click! Come on! Please! One more try. Here we go! 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's not going. No! You should still hit that subscribe button either way. Oh, dude, that's freaking rough, buddy. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait to do it until we drop the car, so. Well, the car's already up in the air. I have to lower it to get this torqued down. But then I would have to raise it back up to do the rear. I really wanted to end the video here, but... Well, let's do the rear!
With both of the front suspension sides complete, now we're onto the rear. It's a little bit of a different system, and it was unfortunately damaged while transporting the car. First thing I removed was the sway bar linkages, then the lower bolt holding in the shock, then the bolts holding in the lower control arms. First it's removing the rear one, and then it's going to the inside of the car where we can remove the 2 nuts holding on the strut.
2.
Then it drops down and slots out.
That was way more
But we have a problem.
Oh my gosh, dude. There's no way that that's like that. That's insane. Oh wait, I have an idea. So, we have a little bit of a problem. This is the old strut, and the old strut, as you can see, has this nub on it. This nub is a welded on nut, so that the bolt goes through and then you screw it down and that actually works. However, the new strut doesn't have one. Honda sells the strut with a welded on nut. So this is a problem that we run into with aftermarket components, but I have an idea. This is the bolt that goes to the bottom of the strut, and we have some spare nuts from the front suspension. So let's see if one works. Oh, no way. I have 6 nuts in that bin, and 2 of them are identical. These 2. And look at that. And you've got a second one that works.
It's definitely not an OEM solution, but it gets the job done. We just need to make sure that it's torqued to spec and that the top 2 nuts go on properly. And seeing this, I definitely need to get a light.
Yes!
I'm never doing that again.
With needing to do another one, we're gonna put that off for the other side. In the meantime, we're gonna remove the front lower control arm and get that replaced, because it's definitely been banana.
That dead? Oh, I know why it's that dead. Oh, that's so bent!
Making sure that it still threads in properly, we're gonna take the other bolts that were on the car, holding the other components in, clean them up, clean the threads, and get them back on. This is showing the old one with the new one, and it is well bent. The new front lower control arm is going to slot to the chassis of the car, and then into the lower knuckle. The rearward lower control arm slots into the chassis as well, and then into the side of the knuckle. With those in, we can now start to work on the brakes, removing all of the old components first before giving it a thorough clean. On goes the new rotor with a fresh clean, followed by the mounting bracket,
Yo!
the pads, the caliper, and the brake line. Finally, the stabilizer linkage is going to go into place. We're going to preload the suspension and torque it all down.
All right, this side is done. And we're going to really quickly go and do the other side. But you know what? This time it's going to be way quicker. Here we go.
With all the new suspension components on, we're going to put the tires on and get the front axle nuts torqued down with their flange hammered in. Then everything gets torqued to finish it up.
Now we have all the 4 tires back on the ground, and we just have a handful of parts left to put on. We have the front bumper, we have the headlights to replace, a lower intake resonator, and we have to deep clean the interior. But there's also one more thing that we have to do that is the most tedious job that I will have ever done on an actual live vehicle. And that is the timing chain replacement. But that is for next time. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Cheers.